Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into a film that's, well, way more than just another Western. We're talking about Sergio Leone's 1965 classic, For a Few Dollars More. It's this incredible study, really, in time, trauma, justice, maybe even the theater of violence.
Absolutely. And our mission today is to kind of unpeel those layers. Look at the groundbreaking style, but also the psychology, the philosophy underneath it all.
Right, and get why it's still such a cinematic landmark and important context. This is the amazing middle film in the Dollars trilogy.
That's the one. Directed by Leone, of course. You've got Clint Eastwood as Malacus, Leone Cleef as Colonel Douglas Mortimer, and Gian Volonté as El Indio. Just iconic performances.
Definitely. And the genre, it's complicated, isn't it?
It really is. It's labeled a spaghetti Western. Obviously, those Italian-made Westerns that just rewrote the rule book.
Yeah.
But it's also a revisionist Western because it really pushes back against those simple hero narratives. And honestly, you could call it an existential action film, too.
Existential action. I like that.
Yeah, because it digs into these big questions about, why these characters do what they do, all packed into about 132 minutes. Originally Italian, but that English dub is probably how most people know it.
So let's get into the core of it. What's really driving these guys? Is it about law and order? Or something else?
Yeah, well, that's where Leone gets really interesting. It's often not justice in the way we think of it. It's more like vengeance wearing a justice mask.
Okay.
The real engine is deep personal pain, not abstract principles. And that makes them feel so much more real,
And that pain, it seems really tied up with time in the film, doesn't it? Particularly for Colonel Mortimer. He's after more than just the bounty, right?
Oh, absolutely. He's not just chasing dollars. He's chasing a ghost, literally.
Yeah. And that musical watch.
Yeah, the watch.
It's not just a cool gadget. It's like this sad little metronome. It keeps reminding us, and him, that trauma basically controls time.
Wow, trauma controls time.
Yeah. In Leone's world, the past isn't past. It pulls you back. Time is all tangled up with getting even, with retribution. So you've got this intense personal stuff driving them. But then there's the whole bounty hunting system layered on top. That feels like a whole critique in itself.
It absolutely is. The film really puts the whole marketplace of violence under the microscope.
Marketplace of violence.
Yeah. Bounty hunting is shown as purely transactional. Killing literally has a price tag.
Yeah.
It makes you question the whole morality of it. These guys profiting from death.
Right. And amid all this, we get this really uneasy partnership between Manco Eastwood's character and Mortimer Van Cleef's character. What's their dynamic like? It's not just buddies teaming up.
No, not at all. It's fascinating. There's this duality. They're almost mirror images, aren't they?
How so?
We've got Manco younger, faster, more calculating maybe, and then Mortimer older, methodical, and just haunted by his past.
Right.
Their alliance, this kind of tense cooperation, it's not just plot. It really forms the emotional core, the philosophical spine of the whole film.
Okay, so let's dig into these characters a bit more. Manonco, Clint Eastwood. The man with no name vibe is strong, but is he just this cold mercenary?
Well, he certainly seems like it at first. Detached, pragmatic, doesn't say much. He operates almost like a Western Ronin,
Yeah.
A masterless samurai.
Guided by opportunity, not justice.
Exactly. But Leone subtly shows us there's more there. He's not heartless. It's more like Hez. Like he's seen too much. There's a code, but it reveals itself slowly.
Okay, so he's seen too much. Then we pivot to Colonel Mortimer, Bill Van Cleef. He feels like a totally different animal. What's his archetype here?
He's absolutely the avenging father. Maybe even a kind of shadow sage figure.
Shadow sage. Interesting.
Yeah, because unlike Manco, profit isn't his main driver at all. It's pure, profound grief.
Over his sister's death.
Exactly, her rape and death by El Indio. That event basically froze him in time. He's fundamentally stuck in the past, and his whole purpose is to bring narrative closure to that personal horror.
It gives him this incredible focus, this weight.
It really does.
And then El Indio, Gian Volonté. Wow, what a villain. Or maybe more than a villain.
Oh, he's so much more. He's one of the truly great tragic villains of the genre, I think.
Tragic, yeah.
He's a man utterly destroyed by guilt, by his obsession, and of course by opium. He's not just a bad guy to be shot down. He's a symbol.
A symbol of what?
Of trauma, really. Of disintegration, of this kind of distorted, broken masculinity.
Yeah.
He's just hunting. You almost feel sorry for him sometimes.
You really do. Which kind of leads us into the visual language Leone uses. It's so powerful. We mentioned the watch, Mortimer's watch. Let's go back to that. It's more than just a timer.
Oh, way more. It's loaded with symbolism, lost innocence, definitely, unresolved trauma. That little melody is like a lullaby, but also a memory trigger and, yeah, countdown to violence. It's almost a rule in the movie. Melody ends, guns blaze.
And those gunfights, Leone doesn't just film them, he stages them. They feel like rituals.
Ritual theater, exactly. The standoffs are these sacred rites almost.
How does he do that? What are the techniques?
Well, think about it. The super slow zooms right into the eyes.
Yeah, the eyes.
Those intense close-ups, the ticking of the watch sometimes underscoring it, Morricone's music swelling, time just stretches out.
It really does.
And the violence itself, it's almost like ballet. It's so stylized, so deliberate, every movement counts.
Another really potent image is Elendio's hideout. Those church ruins. A bandit camp in a crumbling chapel. What's the symbolism there?
It's stark, isn't it? The desecration of a sacred space is Leone showing us how violence profanes everything. Even faith, even belief gets corrupted and twisted. It screams moral decay.
And it's not just the big set pieces. Leone uses small, repeated actions, too. The hats, the cigars, Manco lighting a cigarillo, Mortimer with his pipe, the slow turns.
That's right. It's like ritualized identity building. Each little gesture, tipping a hat, lighting up, the way they move it signals who they are, their power, their intent, maybe even their moral compass or lack thereof.
It defines these quiet characters without dialogue.
Precisely.
Let's talk about the look, the texture. The color palette is so distinct. Lots of earth tones, dust.
It's all bleached out, sun-scorched. That palette creates this feeling of moral ambiguity, doesn't it?
Definitely. No clean lines.
Exactly. There's no simple black and white heroism here. Everyone's operating in this kind of dusty, morally gray zone. It feels gritty and real, even amidst the style.
But then you get these pops of color, red and gold, especially around El Indio or on the wanted posters. Why those?
Good catch. Those aren't accidental. Red and gold. They tend to signify things like lust, corrupted memory, greed, danger.
Treasure and blood.
Exactly, both treasure and blood. They really stand out against the dusty backdrop, highlighting these moments of intensity or moral corruption.
And the focus on textures. Gunmetal, leather, close-ups on gloves, spurs, gun barrels.
Yeah, there's a real focus on the tactile. Leather, metal, dust. It contributes to this almost fetishization of the tools of violence.
Fetishization?
Well, yeah, in a way. They become these potent symbols of masculine power. The way the characters handle their guns, their gear, it's almost reverent. It tells you a lot about what matters in their world.
The whole film feels layered with metaphor, like the bounty itself. It's money, sure, but is it just money?
I don't think so. You could argue it represents the cost of the soul, right? This idea that chasing the reward, the bounty hunters, they risk becoming just like the men they're hunting. It's a metaphor for, like, moral erosion, losing yourself in the pursuit of justice.
And the final duel, the big showdown, it feels like more than just settling scores.
Oh, it absolutely is. It's like a ritual exorcism, especially for Mortimer.
Exorcism of grief.
Grief, rage, the past. When he finally wins, it's not just winning a gunfight. It's the end of this long internal war he's been fighting. It's catharsis.
And El Indio's opium use, that feels metaphorical too.
Definitely. He smoked to forget.
Right.
To escape the guilt, the memory tied to that watch. But the wife keeps pulling him back. So the addiction becomes this symbol of denial, the inability to face the past, the failure to heal.
Wow. Okay, so all these layers, the characters, the visuals, the metaphors, it builds towards some pretty sharp social commentary too, doesn't it? How does Leone take apart that romantic image of the Old West?
He completely dismantles it. He shows a West where lawlessness isn't just chaos. It actually thrives under this thin veneer of order.
So justice is often just a cover.
Often, yeah.
Yeah.
A cover for self-interest, for vengeance, or just more violence. It's a cynical view, maybe, but feels unflinchingly honest about the frontier.
And what about masculinity? You mentioned El Indio representing distorted masculinity. Does the film critique it more broadly?
I think it does. Look at the main characters, Manco, Mortimer. They're all emotionally stunted in different ways, aren't they?
Yeah.
Traumatized, laconic, expressing themselves primarily through violence.
Yeah.
It's a pretty stark look at that kind of stoic masculinity, how it's both a shield, an armor, but also a prison. It traps them.
And you mentioned the bounty system earlier, the marketplace of violence. How does that connect to broader commentary?
Well, it turns murder into an economy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It reflects this world where everything, even human life, even death itself, is commodified, has a price. And in a way, that feels surprisingly modern, foreshadowing critiques of systems that profit from conflict or suffering.
It's incredible how much is packed in there. If people watch this and want more films with similar vibes, stylistically or thematically, where should they look?
Oh, great question. Well, obviously, you have to watch the rest of the Dollars trilogy,
Right.
especially The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which is just epic.
A must-see.
Absolutely. Then there's High Plains Drifter, also with Eastwood, which takes things even darker, more supernatural almost. Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid has that revisionist, melancholic feel for something really different but connected. Jim Jarmusch's Dead Man is this incredible, surreal Western. And maybe Django, the original, for pure brutal style. Oh, and a more recent run, The Proposition, an Australian Western, but similar themes of violence, justice, family trauma.
Lots to explore there. So wrapping up our deep dive today, For a Few Dollars More isn't just a sequel, it's really something else.
It truly is. It's this deep psychological Western. Its soul is soaked in gunpowder and regret. Leone elevates pulp material into pure poetry.
Yeah.
It's a meditation, really, on revenge, on what it means to be a man in that world, on how the past haunts us, the ghost of time, you could say. It's brutal, yes, but also incredibly elegant and haunting. Every shot, every silence, it all means something.
It really holds up. An amazing 9.2 out of 10 rating isn't surprising. It's just a masterwork of mythic Western cinema, so stylized, so soulful, and you can just watch it again and again.
Definitely. So maybe a final thought for you to chew on. Think about how this film uses what seems like a simple genre, the Western, to explore these really complex, messy human drives, especially this idea of pursuing justice and how easily that can blur into just carrying the weight of personal trauma or satisfying this raw thirst for revenge.
It makes you wonder.
Yeah, what does that say about our own motivations, even now? How often do we dress up our own desires or pains as something more righteous, something to think about?